Well, here we are. With that quarter posed above the slot on the payphone. It's the collect call of Cthulhu. Because who knew it took $4 in quarters to call Vilya? I guess we can let Twitter know that we're doing stuff, right? There you go, Twitter. You can come join in on the fun, too. Well, let's start a brand new game here. All empty slots, that's fine. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, the Great War, the war to end all wars, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He's now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly, or risk losing his license. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. Alright, is it me or is this place gross? Like, really gross. But it doesn't seem unearthly. It just seems like a nasty-ass place that we don't want to be. I mean, this is just a butcher shop. Okay. It's chained too. What about this ominously placed lantern over here? You must light up some items in order to interact with them. Okay. Aha, bolt cutters. Okay. There's definitely sharks in this game. What's going on, Venomy? Oh, that was interesting. I apparently can make the light brighter by holding the left mouse button.
My wake, hold along. Fate inescapably draws you on. What a putrid offering. Don't fight. You have been chosen. story has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey.
Alright, so we've got a diary entry here. My private... I'm going to have to move this chat window or I'm not going to be able to see this. There we go. My private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there's no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I probably should get rid of these empty bottles, but this place is mine. For the moment. I see a number of things that we can investigate.
The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage. I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
What do we have here? Nothing special, I guess.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Well. Okay. Let's close the drawer. We're not beasts.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
You know, I would say he's incredibly well-read for a veteran and a detective, but... my god, man, it's not like he had Wikipedia. What else was he gonna do with all of his time? Yeah, we're just gonna turn that off. We are hungover as shit.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling to me? Let's not drink.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
I do not know who it is. If you find out who is voicing the main character, Sealy Bob, do let me know. I'd be curious. Alright, so we have some skills here, and I have no idea what skills are useful. Let's see what we can find. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving it increases your chances of determining the dosage of a drug, making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Looks like we have 8 CP to spend. Okay. Occultism. Well, let me tell you, we are probably not going to do occultism. I've played enough Call of Cthulhu. That is 2 stories to know that I don't actually want to know anything having to do with occultism. That way lies the death and end of your character. So we will not be learning this. I wonder why these are yellow, though. And the rest are purple. Alright, let's look at investigation. I think we're going to boost investigation. Well, Wolverine, you're right. The more you know, the better you know how to avoid or defend. That's true. But I think that's almost more of investigation or spot hidden than it is me wanting to know my knowledge of the occult sciences. It says, improving this skill increases your chances of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts. I don't ever want to use occult artifacts, thank you. And expressing your knowledge of the myth. Do not want to know. So, yeah. Let's see here. How about investigation, right? We're a detective. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. It's also right in the middle and our highest skills, while strength is pretty high too. Investigation represents your investigating talents. Improving it increases your chances of understanding past events by analyzing crime scenes or objects and picking locks. Okay, I like lock picking. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior and on the analysis of objects. That seems useful. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving this increases your chances of finding hidden objects. An undiscovered object will not appear in game. So even though we're getting the prompt to interact with stuff, if we can't see it, it simply won't appear on screen. Eloquence represents your ability to influence those you talk to by the power of your speech. Improving this skill increases your chances of convincing or manipulating during discussions. And then strength represents your ability to call on your physical power. Improving this skill increases your chances of forcing doors or mechanisms, or of using violence, verbal or physical, just during interactive discussions. Maybe the difference between the yellow ones are... No? This one's got a kind of a partial progress as well. I really don't know. Alright, so we only have 8 CP. If I spend 6 CP there, I could boost Spot Hidden as well. Or I could boost, like, Eloquence and Psychology. We're gonna go with Investigation. Oh, I see. Those are progresses towards the next level. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine to start. I'm sure we'll get a chance to worry about eloquence and psychology and occultism and medicine and all that other stuff later. But if I'm going to be a detective, we're going to detect by God.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
We just hung up on her.
I'm coming.
Guess it's because we have a client.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Oh, well, maybe psychology would have been useful.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
All right, let's read this. The doctor can no, wait, I see. This is just moving upon. I see. So it continues to expand these entries as things happen. Okay, a strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. What is that? Oh, that's the alert sound. All the resubs are coming in today because if you've been subbing for a while, everybody gets credit for those. Oh, or no, Sealy Bob is gifting subs. Thank you, Sealy Bob. I thought that was all the resub alerts that were coming in from Twitch, because if you've been subbed before, you may get a chance to play your resub at some point in time in the next few days, as everybody who has not maintained a streak is still going to continue to get credit for their months. So if you went for a month and then were off for a couple of months and then went on for another month, you'll get credit for 2 months for the resub instead of starting over at 1. Delicious soup. It's very much appreciated. All right. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he compiled in order to know more about the case.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
A shipping label. Some of it's unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the Isle of Darkwater. They live a recluse life with their only son, Simon. Doesn't really seem that there's any actual... Yeah, it's just a book. Okay. Interesting. New file on the Sarah Hawkins case. It's memorized. What else do we have in here? Alright, let's look at this.
The
Investigation.
symbol on the man's chest. It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Interesting. So we have some options here. We've unlocked this answer by examining it, I suppose. We could find out more about the Warehouse 36, and it looks like our expert level investigation has given us the possibility of selecting this.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Yes, we agree.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short
3
while
months
after,
ago?
this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
You're not giving me a lot of time to work on this. 3 months have gone by. The trail's cold, man.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
I guess that's all the information we need.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse.
But that one didn't turn green. Let's ask
That's
it again.
right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Do you mean screwed, or do you mean...
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Ugh. Hey, some of this stuff that wasn't selectable before is selectable. What's this? Oh, okay. It's a medical book, a dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. The first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. Okay. Ah! So that increased our character sheet. 2% gain? Okay. That's what it is down here. The medicine and occult skills can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Okay. That's fine. It's fine by me. We've looked at that. We've looked at all this. We're not leaving yet. He says he's got a book. Is it this one?
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century, and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coasts of Massachusetts. The Atlas of Atlantic Islands. What a book.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Yeah, that's all we have to do. Okay. All that remains is to leave for Darkwater. You know what? It's Cthulhu. We're gonna have that drink. What? It said this will affect your destiny? Oh, Christ. What have I done now? That's interesting. Why would... It's clearly not a window. So why would you put a curtain over it? That seems like it's just drawing extra attention. Alright, well... Time to leave, I suppose. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Well, in the Cthulhu stuff, drinking tends to be kind of a buffer against sanity loss. I have no idea. I'm sure us being an alcoholic is not a good thing. So you said the voice actor for Pierce is the same man that voiced the android in Alien Isolation?
We're almost there.
What a forbidding island. The Scylla. An ominous name for a ship. Luckily it's not ours. Unfortunately, it appears to be wrecked upon the shores.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
What's in those boxes? Styrofoam?
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Why would he just have a pile of documents waiting for me? Go to the bar and talk to Bradley. Alright. I gotta move the chat window again. Let's try this other corner over here and see if that's any better. Oh, buddy, you don't want to eat anything that you catch in there.
Please move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36. Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any
Cops
case, it's not
love
very
that.
I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't
no way to
understand.
treat
You're
an
not
omen.
sailors. Oh, yeah? It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
Cops. They can't understand.
Oh, well, I mean, the smell has just got to be awful for everything here.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine. Hey, be careful.
Hey, be careful.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
I don't know why Twitch isn't allowing you to change the stream quality down, because that's entirely on Twitch's side. They're the only ones that allow you to determine whether things can be mixed down or not. I definitely want to put it out at 1080p as the source, but Twitch may be having problems where they're not doing compression or something. Bitrate is literally the same bitrate that I've always used. I could try turning it down. It will require restarting the stream, however. Make sure that you're not in low latency mode, because that will basically tell your computer not to buffer. So you should be able to go into your stream and make sure that you don't have that set. It's really about the only thing that I can think of. It's under advanced, maybe? Otherwise, make sure to go in and do report playback issue. Hold test to eloquence. Hold test to strength. We could apologize or not. Our strength is certainly better than our eloquence. I don't know which is better. Let's see here. Viewers can't change the resolution on my screen. Not everybody gets quality options in their stream. Partnered streamers always get it, and then the remaining processing power gets distributed among streams with high viewership. Supposedly affiliates get priority, because in order to get quality options for your stream, the source needs to be re-encoded server-side, and they can't provide enough processing for every streamer. So, not entirely sure what to say. Let me double check my settings. I'll make sure that there's no low latency mode on my stuff, but I think it's on the viewer side, not on the streamer side here. Yeah, optimization preference on mine is currently set for normal latency. Yeah, I only get a terabyte a month too. You must be streaming a whole lot more other stuff than I am. I don't know why Twitch isn't offering it. I'm sorry, Holly. So we could say we're overdoing it. We could test our strength or our eloquence. Yeah, let's try it.
That guy was looking for trouble. So choose your camp if you don't want the same treatment.
Hey, buddy, I don't want any trouble.
So serve me a drink.
Just to make things clear, only regulars can run up and tab. Others pay.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
The way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Good point.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
True.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
You said she, huh?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
I guess we got what we needed, huh?
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The Shanty, 21st May, 1847. Miraculous catch. The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the Cetian is already being called the miraculous catch. It covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful, nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. Interesting. Just pull this off the wall and look behind it. Why do I think that that's the sort of thing that you wouldn't really want to have eaten?
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
It looks like he's carved some symbols onto the back of his hand.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
That sounds
I've never heard this song before.
terrible and ominous.
I saw
That
Accidentally clicked that again.
And
it was
I bid you
delicious.
farewell, gentlemen.
No.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
I had the wings of the girly boys. I was pleasant and fly home.
What you looking at, stranger?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
I'm sure we'll talk to you again later. Do we have an inventory? There's all my skills. I've earned 1 CP, which I can continue to put into things. I'm thinking about maxing out the investigation. Sanity. Mental trauma. Current sanity is stable. Confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind, you conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts, your convictions, and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse-Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Looks like we've met some people here. Places. The art. Oh, it most certainly put the miraculous catch under occult. How interesting. Okay, and then we do have an inventory. Right now we just have a lighter. My old lighter engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division, the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Okay. So if there are lockpicks or a key or something like that to open that door, we'll encounter it later. Hey, buddy. What do you know about?
You again.
Yeah, what do you know about the miraculous catch?
I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. It's more than folklore. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional catch. The biggest whale ever caught. And they saved Darkwater from famine.
Okay.
That'll be all for now. Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Wow. He owed $68? Dude. So is this the miraculous catch?
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. Oh yeah.
It's no way to treat an omen.
Something real bad.
All right.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters.
There's a lantern here. Can I take it? No, but it certainly stands out, doesn't it?
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
At least.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat.
Captain, the terms of our arrangement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Interesting.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
On the deck, okay.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the documents blacked out. Who would want this information hidden? Yes, you go out there. I'm going to continue nosing about in here. Like a nosy nose. Or a private eye, if you wish. The second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. So we've learned some more medicine. Never seen lanterns that glow green like this. Was that a thing that whale oil did?
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Let's take a look and see if Fitzroy has a leg.
What a macabre souvenir.
Well, it's the leg of that man. Is it possible he has a better wooden leg now? How old is that photo? Oh, I guess we found The toilet. Yeah, looks okay-ish.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailors' return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
And I've done that.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha, indeed, you're right.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, sure, dumbass.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Well, or maybe it was just used to, you know, hide part of the city from me.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Well, we've seen it. All of the notifications, Boo, are in fact a little screwy. They are giving everybody options for resubs. So if you've subbed multiple times, even if you're not currently subbed, you may see a notification saying to announce resubs.
I found a threatening letter signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
Okay, thank you.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Belong to the Hawkins family.
Belong to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Now, we earned another character point. That's 2. Well, let's wait until we get at least 6 before we decide to put it into something. I think. I don't know. If we put them into points, actually, it probably increases each one by a few percentage points. Spot hidden or investigation. I think I'd like to get my spot hidden up to at least rank 4. We have a 50-50 chance of spotting hidden items now, so that's good. There we are. They're hauling the killer whale off, so we're able to get to the rest of town. You know, we could probably go talk to Cat now. So there's an asylum here. I'm hearing or seeing text about asylum. These two.
She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Interesting. I got close enough that they stopped talking and they looked up.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
Alright, well, while they talk, I believe that means they've left some alley unguarded. So let's go down this way and see if we can find this unguarded alley.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good.
I may do that.
Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Okay. The spot hidden skill allows you to detect items in a close range. Once they're all found, the detection item will become grayed. This lever activates a mechanism.
A handle.
Okay.
It must come from these old winches. It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft
This
without
ratchet
risk.
device seems to be usable.
Okay.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Indeed. It's been a very long time. Well, I can't jump.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
So let's mount the ratchet device. And then the handle. We seem not to have found all the pieces that we need. Let's keep looking. It's flashing. I think it means that we're near a piece. Doesn't seem to be going any faster. Aha! That was interesting. I don't know what prompted it to let me use my lighter, but there's the piece.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
It's flashing because the game thinks you're taking too long and offering a hint. Maybe. Maybe so. I don't really know what caused it to use the inventory item. Let's look at our settings here and see if there was a button that we could have used. Middle mouse button. Oh, well, good to know. It's not a button I would have guessed normally.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
So, interesting. Maybe we weren't supposed to be able to go that way and it was a tutorial, or maybe there's just multiple ways to do things. So, we found everything because it's got the checkbox.
Well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf.
Hello.
You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Well, you're hot.
Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not. Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Ugh. I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
And just where did she dump our body? Oh, I see. Not terribly far away from where the whale was. Who are you? Nobody I can talk to. Have you seen Tintin, sir? No? Okay.
There. Hello, old friend.
New item obtained, bottle of liquor. Saint Brendan the Navigator. And that is not a normal looking fish head. Oh. Yeah, I guess
Saint
we
Brendan,
can.
patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Oh, that isn't just green smuts. That is some sort of... That's not like algae or something else like that. That's not good. Somebody around here knows how to write in... What would you call that? Cthulhu? Relian? Something like that? I mean, that probably is a way in, but let's keep exploring. Yeah, they're not talking. And then these guys...
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile of the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
Oh, so she gave him half of a Glasgow smile, huh?
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
You know, she must like us.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse.
She didn't murder us.
I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
All right.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
I bid you gentlemen farewell. Oh, look, they can't see me. And do.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
So sometimes they leave the place unguarded. And one of them's a drinker. We could probably give him the booze. But let's see if we can't unlock this gate that we discovered over here. Actually, what is all over here? That's where we woke up. Okay. I hope there's not too many fish people out here. I've had enough of them from dark corners of the earth. Come on. I can crouch. But maybe I can't climb up there. I don't see any interaction symbols. Alright. Let's go talk to the captain once again. We talked to a guy who said to go talk to the captain if we wanted to know more anyway. And who are you? What are you doing over
Where do you
here?
think you're going?
Oh.
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
I guess we didn't do such a good
What
job
more
of that.
can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Okay. Appreciate the heads up.
Get it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat it.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
So all we need to do is get into a different warehouse. Alright. Well, I suspect we may have lost our opportunity to do that by not having a high enough strength or having too much masculine strength. Whatever it was that broke this. I'm sure that would have been the sewer way to get from the others. Alright, so what else can we do? We did pick up a bottle of whiskey. Maybe we can bribe somebody.
I bet you don't see one like her every day, do you?
Yes. Cat is an extraordinary woman.
She
Damn
is.
right. There's nobody more intimidating than her on the docks. Except the captain, of course. But you're lucky that she left you alive. She must think that you can be of use to her. With that, please do excuse me, because I'd prefer not to be seen talking with you for too long.
That's probably smart. Even if I do find it unfortunate. What about these guys over here on this bench?
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
Cut you open, you idiot. And we could go back inside to the whale. I don't know if we want to talk to Cat. What about these guys?
You like our song?
Yeah, of course I do.
We may not...
That's true.
Oh, we got a new one.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see.
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
Huh.
I bid you
Okay.
farewell, gentlemen.
Good
So
night,
if he made
stranger.
money, why does he owe so much? That won't let me in either. I don't think I care to talk to her. Maybe there's something I missed, because it sure looked like there was a gate that I could sneak back up behind.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Talk to you? No? Can I talk to you, gentlemen? Yes.
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
How can I be the one who defaced your saint? I've just come ashore, you idiots.
That's true. We're as drunk as lords.
You bet. You could have gone by without us seeing you.
Do not rile me. You can hardly stand
Do
up.
not rile me.
He's right. We're no match. For the moment.
He's right, we're no match.
It's understandable.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Interesting.
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
How about the bottle of booze that I
One
found?
thing that'll get us to move.
Liquor.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
Oh, I got you covered.
Look what I've got.
You're a good guy, you.
Achievement unlocked, no prohibition in Darkwater. And I'm just gonna take that back.
Jackass.
I don't feel well.
Hey, where are you going?
Say that again. I hope for your sake that I didn't hear.
No, it's not what you think. It's just...
I see. So we could have come through that doorway and then just come down that. Presumably falling. Huh, that'll let me back in. Or, if I had gotten that crank up, maybe that would have happened. What would have been that? Maybe we couldn't have gone that way. Maybe we would have come up out of there. They're all having their fight. What else is back here? Lots of booze, but no other openable doors or anything. Alright.
Let's see.
Hope that's an easy lock. I don't know how else we would get in there.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, definitely some sort of madness. Hey, I am getting a phone call. Give me just a second here, you guys.